Are you struggling to develop relationships online and you're trying to figure out how everyone's having success in their network marketing business on social media? Well, I want you to think about social media as a people pond. And we're going to talk about that here today. Hey, my name is Jen, and I help network marketing leaders just like you develop businesses online authentically and successfully. So, when you're thinking about adding to your list of names, when you're thinking about who it is that you can talk to about your business and about your products, you get stuck in your head about thinking about talking to somebody about a product or an opportunity and who might listen or who might have a need. What if you looked at relationship development as just that, developing relationships with other people? Getting to know them, asking questions, learning about them. If somewhere along the line it makes sense to share a business opportunity or a product with them, then of course you're going to do that because you would want to help that person. But we can't go into the conversations expecting to talk about a business or a product because if you do, you're going to end up getting yourself all tangled up in that thought process, which then leads you down a specific path. You'll always be thinking, how do I bring up my business? How do I bring up my opportunity? Instead of truly getting to know the person. Now, if you ever built your business the old school way, which I did, I was building my business. Gosh, I've been building my business now for 29 years. So I did build the old school way where I sat down face to face with people. I sat across the table at coffee shops and in their homes and got to know somebody. When I was doing that, I always had a list of names running, and I was always thinking about what we called back in the day fishing holes where I could meet new people. Well, social media is a massive fishing hole, or what I like to call a people pond, a place to meet lots and lots of people. But you really have to have the right mindset. So just like back in the day, you didn't walk into a networking group or you didn't walk into an event and think, oh my gosh, I have to sell product to every single person here. Well, maybe some of you did. And if you did, you probably had a struggle because not everybody wants to have that type of an energy pushed on them. Most people want to feel like you really care about them. You've probably heard the phrase before that people want to know you care before they want to do anything else with you. They need to know that you really, really want to hear about their life and hear about what their problems are and their struggles. Too often, people who are especially new in this industry, they go into a conversation only with the mindset of, I've got to sell, I've got to sell. And of course, that doesn't work out. So, putting the different cap on your head and really thinking through the questions that you could ask people, how do you really get to know somebody? I was once told that network marketing is just like going out on a date, that, the first time you talk to somebody, you get to know a little bit and see if there's anything that you have that's in common. The second time you talk to them, you find a little bit more commonality. You're always looking for common ground. You're looking for a place to start from. It's the same thing when you're having a conversation for your business. And really, maybe that's the thought pattern that we should eliminate is don't think about every conversation as having a conversation for your business. Think about getting to know lots and lots of really awesome people. Figure out how those people fit into your life and how you fit into their lives. See what type of a value you can provide for them and perhaps what type of a value they provide you. And somewhere along the line, if it's meant to be and you're meant to do business together, you will. But when we come into the industry and when we're getting started initially, a lot of times we have the energy of, I've got to sell, I've got to make money, I've got to get business partners. And that turns people off. There's an energy there that's just pushy and it really feels very salesy and it doesn't feel authentic or connected. And so we're trying to connect to other people. We're trying to get to know them and truly discover how we can help them. If you go into every conversation with an attitude of service, you will be able to serve those people. You will find a way that you can help somebody. Sometimes it might be that you need to send them a card to wish them a happy birthday. Maybe you need to encourage them in a life situation. Maybe you just need to make them a meal when they're sick. There's a lot of different ways that we can connect with people. And those were all in like, well, actually the card you could send to anybody. You don't have to be in a relationship with somebody locally to do that. When you look at building those businesses and those relationships, I just said businesses again, so scratch that. When you work at building those relationships online, you're really looking to figure out a way to help one another, to figure out a way to serve, to figure out a way to give. And all of us have amazing gifts. We have these gifts that we can truly give from our heart if we just listen. And everybody can use a new friend. And over the years, I've learned that probably more than ever is that we always can add one more person to our circle. Everybody can enrich each other if you go in with the right attitude. So I hope that you learned something from this conversation. I'd love to hear what it is that you learned. If you didn't learn anything at all, you can also share that. If you'd like to stick around and hear more from me, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button. But I really would love to know what it was that spoke to you in this message. And I hope you have an outstanding day.